Hello! Welcome to my first ever comic book haul, which I think is just going to be my first book haul, really, because I really don't want to talk about comic books instead of, like, real books. Anyways, that's not really the point, really. So, I feel like this is going to be really, really fucking awkward the whole time, you know? Totally. So, the first book that I got is The Black Dragon, and it's written by Claremont, and the art is done by John Bolton. And so this is what it says. It is the year of our Lord, 1193, murder and treachery stalk the green valleys of England. James Dunrife, exiled by his liege lord and king, Henry, has returned to reclaim the land that is his birthright. Branded a sorcerer, Dunrife is pressed into the service of his queen, Eleanor of something. Okay. To seek out one who rebels against the crown, one who was once his truest friend. Yet more dangerous than any political threat is the plot to harness the ancient magical soul of the land and turn it into the ultimate evil. Can Dunrife's brave heart and the power of queens, both fairy and mortal, save the land from the predations of the Black Dragon? Yeah, so it actually just sounded like my kind of book, because I used to read what's her name? Anne McCaffrey? Like, she does actually the introduction. I'll have to look it up. Anne McCaffrey, who did the Dragon Riders of Pern series. She does the introduction, and in fact, she mentions Robin Hood, and that's all I read. But I was like, oh, you're gonna talk about dragons and Robin Hood in the same book? That book needs to go home with me, and I need to read it. So, yeah. Now, this one I've actually started. It's called Red-Handed, The Fine Art of Strange Crimes, and it's by Matt Kindt, which, Matt Kindt, I'm so sorry about your name, because your name is Matt Kindt. It's like, unless I'm saying it wrong. So, I've actually already started this. This has page numbers, which, like, that's where I am. I'm on page 59. And I'm not so sure of it now that I've read 59 pages of it. Yet I bought it, like, 2 days ago. So, in Matt Kindt's fascinating homage to the classic detective fiction, a brilliant policeman faces an adversary bent on destroying him and everything he stands for. Detective Gold has yet... I'm adding words. Detective Gold has yet to meet the crime he can't solve, but lately there has been a rash of crimes so eccentric and random that even Gold is stumped. The compulsive chair thief, the novelist who uses purloined street signs to write her magnum opus, and the photographer who secretly dominates people's most anguished personal moments. What can they possibly have in common? Can Detective Gold untangle the strange crimes of Red Wheelbarrow, or will he finally meet his match in the shadowy criminal conspiracy aimed at discrediting the very idea of criminal justice? Yeah. But we're going to see how that turns out, because I'm not done with it. Yeah, this one I also started. I have, like, a little wrapper thing keeping this up. Okay, so this is Clockwork Angels, the graphic novel, by Kevin J. Anderson, Neil Peart, P-E-A-R-T, Peart, Nick Robles. Okay, so the first thing that got me on this was the back of it says Rush's Clockwork Angels, like the band Rush. Seriously? Okay, so the back says, Rush's Clockwork Angels is a testament to the band's creative versatility, from concept album to novel to international tour. Now Rush drummer and lyricist Neil Peart, New York Times bestselling author Kevin J. Anderson, and acclaimed artist Neil Robles take one step further into Clockwork Angels graphic novel. Okay. And it's legit so far. So, Owen Hardy, like all the people of Albion, has lived his whole life under the rule of the watchmaker. His entire existence is meticulously planned down to the exact second, but not anymore. Owen decides to go against the gears and finally start making decisions for himself. And the artwork is absolutely beautiful in this. Like, so far it's beautiful. Like, no Nick Robels, he knows his shit. Okay, so the next one I got is Blankets. And it is by Craig Thompson. And it is really fat. It's almost like me level fatness. No. Gabriel Iglesias would call this fluffy. So this one actually never gave a summary of what it's about. Like, you have the thing about the author, but all it has is, like, quotes on how good it is. So this one's like Time. This is the New York Times Book Review, Publishers Weekly, Entertainment Weekly. On this inside cover, can't see it, there you go. It has Jules Pfeiffer, a Pulitzer Prize winner. You have Neil Gaiman, which I know him. I mean, I don't actually, like, know him, but I've read him. And Brian Michael Bendis. So, I have actually no idea what it's about, but it's fluffy. Sorry. I love it. Gabriel Iglesias. Fluffy! And damn. But I thought that the art looked very, very beautiful. Very simple drawn, but very beautiful. So that's why I was kind of like, I wanted to read it. And plus, it's a fluffy book. And I won't turn down a fluffy graphic novel. Or comic book. I call them comic books, but there's probably a distinction. But I call them all comic books. So I will not turn down a fluffy comic book. So, yeah. The next one is Breakfast Afternoon. It is by Andi Watson. And it also has a similar also has a similar look and feel to it as Blankets does. So, I mean, I didn't get it for that reason. It sounded interesting. To be honest, to some people, you might think that this sounds like quite mundane for a graphic novel. Or for a comic book, but I'm actually quite interested. So, here's the gist of it. Rob Graffin and Louise Bright are in love and engaged to be married. Aw, that's so cute. When they unexpectedly find themselves unemployed, marriage plans are derailed and they are focused to rethink the direction of their lives. While Louise turns to school, Rob maintains a staunch desire to retain his old job, but when the company itself is shut down and hope is lost... Sorry, I just totally spit it. That was weird. And hope is lost... Rob's depression not only keeps him from finding another job, but it ends up repelling Louise as well. Set in contemporary England, Breakfast Afternoon is a unique comic book treat, choosing to focus on twists and turns in real life rather than convoluted plots of the smoke and mirrors of the fantastic. I was like, you were quite right. It does seem to focus on legit real things rather than fucking superheroes. I should not say that so pissed off, but I'm a little tired of superheroes. So, that's why I grabbed that. And the last book that I grabbed, I grabbed because everyone's like, you have to read this. You like comic books, so read it now. And it is Funhouse by Alison Bechdel. Bechdel? I'm gonna go with Bechdel. You know, Bechdel. Okay. So this is supposed to be a biography of some kind. So you have this groundbreaking, best-selling graphic memoir. Sort of, kind of the same. memoir, biography, memoir. Yeah, okay. Alison Bechdel charts her fraught relationship with her late father. There you go, that's why it's a memoir. In her hands, personal history becomes a work of amazing subtlety, and power, written with controlled force and enlivened with humor, rich literary allusion, and heartbreaking detail. Distant and exacting, Bruce Bechdel was an English teacher and director of the town funeral home, which Alison and her family referred to as the Fun Home. It was not until college that Alison, who had recently come out as a lesbian, discovered that her father was gay. A few weeks after this revelation, he was dead, leaving a legacy of mystery for his daughter to resolve. So, yeah, I was told I had to read that. So, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I guess you're coming home with me as well. Anyways, so that's all the books that I grabbed. And, yeah. If you all have any suggestions of what books I should read or whatnot, or if you have any quite vibrant thoughts on any of these books in particular, please tell me. Yeah. I guess this is where everyone goes like, yo, follow me on this shizness that I don't actually have. Like, yeah, no, I don't have a Twitter or Snapchat or any of that shit. So, don't follow me on Twitter or Snapchat. Actually, I do have a Twitter. I haven't used it in like 7 years. Follow me on Instagram. Because I know you want to see adorable pictures of my cats. Okay. Anyways, have a good day. See you later.